African fashion is making inroads into the European and Asian markets. One of the pioneers behind this new development is a fashion designer and founder of African Fashion Week, Ronkade Milui. She's been speaking on how she's taking the African fabric to London and the rest of the world.
I conceived the idea in 2010. I discussed it with a few people in Nigeria, and what I got from them was not positive at all. It was like the name Africa would not sell in London, that who would buy Africa in London, that it's kind of like there's a lot of negative news going around about Africa, so you can't just introduce an Africa Fashion Week into the UK. And I was like, okay, fine, I'm still going to try anyway, because I always believe in, I don't give up. I always try, even if I fail, at least I'll know that I tried. The venue we got, it's not a small venue. It was right in the city of London, in Bishopsgate, and it was a venue that could take 800 people. So it wasn't a venue that could take on 800 people is not small. But to our amazement, we had 4,500 people turn out. We had a queue from the venue almost down to Liverpool Street, and the whole of the city were wondering what was going on, because they were like everybody dressed up in African attire, vibrant colors, the head ties and everything, and it was a total success. Beyond what we thought it would be. And the question that a lot of people kept on asking themselves that day was, why hadn't anyone done this before in London? And that's how it started. Our 2012 event, we did it at the same time as the London Olympics. We had about 20,000 people attend. And since then it's been growing. But we also had Europeans, not even just Europeans, we had Asians, we had Chinese people who were interested in an alternative to the Western fashion. And you know, because our designs, our fashion is very colorful, it's very vibrant, so they easily fell in love with it. And a couple of years after we started the Africa Fashion Week, we saw that stores in the UK, high street stores, I don't want to mention any names, started incorporating African designs into their collection. They gave it different names. Some of them called it print, some of them called it ethnic, some of them called it tribal, but the bottom line was that it was still African. I don't think the fabrics are more ceremonial than official. I think some of the designs are. Okay, so I would say it's more the designs than the fabric. Because you could have a fabric that this one single fabric you could use to make a nice conservative outfit, and you could also use that same fabric to make something really, really bold, flamboyant, you know, like very eye-catching. So I would say it's more of the fabrics than the designs.